Ooh. Ooh. Oh, hey.
Hey, everybody. Y'all know what it is today, baby. First of all, sorry.
Woo.
Woo! Happy 420, y'all. Savage AF. You know what it is, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. I'm your boy, Black Pedro. This
Hey,
dude here.
and what's up? This is Shang, and
Yeah,
just want to let y'all know this is a special day for
such a special, special day.
a lot of people, but
A global community.
for specifically for the co-host of the show. Thank you for holding it down on the days where I've had a few setbacks. But this
Hey,
day for
brother.
him, this is his day today. Woo!
Yay. And we're going to talk about it later, man. We're going
Woo!
to get there. But in the
Woo!
meantime, in between time, yes, man, just know that Savage AF, we are here for you guys, typically. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, typically. And when we do go live, it's always on YouTube and Facebook, typically.
Typically, and
Unless we get flagged.
wait.
Unless we get flagged,
Typically.
typically. And
Uh,
you can catch us live, YouTube, Facebook. If you ever miss us live,
okay,
you need
this
to
if you
smoke
miss
more.
us live,
You need to smoke more.
no, you don't need to smoke more.
There's something wrong with you.
Stop it, you don't need to smoke more. What you need to do is you need to go to our page and light that up. You need to light that page up,
Yeah,
which
light
is
up our YouTube page,
light up our YouTube page.
youtube.com/c
It's
slash
420,
Savage
but
AF World.
you need to light that up and light this up like this. This up, and you know what? I know that you, and you need to roll this up too. Roll your thumbs up, like this, and hit us on the goddamn page to help the algorithm.
That's
Give us
what
some
it
thumbs
is,
up
yo.
on the page. Also, I know that
Some of
you
y'all,
think you're done. I know you think
some of
you're
y'all
done.
get banned from YouTube because of your mouth. It's because of your mouth and your guach
Right.
dank attitude, right?
So you got to get us up here.
On Facebook, y'all. Savage AF. If you've been kicked off YouTube or whatever, maybe it goes vice versa. Maybe you've been kicked off Facebook and you need go to YouTube. But either way, on Facebook, it's Savage
A
A dot
dot
F
F
dot. You need dots. A dot
dot
here and a dot there. Savage A dot F dot on Facebook.
subscribe. Now we let y'all know that, but it's not where it ends, it's where it begins. And the way it begins, right now, way it begins today is on a certain thing that while he's rolling that, I don't know what that is. I don't want to speak on it.
It's called a blount. A
A
blount.
blount. You need to do us a favor. Follow us on the goddamn gram. Boom.
It's the only way we're gonna live. It's the only way comedians live
Follow
nowadays.
Black Pedro, at Black Pedro, Black and Pedro. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro, and all of mine doesn't rhyme like that. At Comedian Shang. Just follow me. If you get a chance. If you don't, so if you don't, your mama's a hoe. Just gonna go there. Just go straight there. Your mama gives hand jobs behind Walmart.
Well, at least you don't do it out front no more. You know what I mean? Those were scary days.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was a greeter.
Yeah, man. A meat greeter.
There she goes. But yeah.
Savage AF, man. You know what it is. Oh, we are 35 seconds away from cursing. In that meantime, in between time, let's use that to say hello to all of our friends in the community. Nicole H is here. Maya Baker.
Miss
Happy
Pink.
420 to you. Miss Pink is here.
Enigma.
Who else we got? The Enigma. No other Miranda. We only need one.
Z-Nat. We got Z-Nat.
Damani Jones is here.
By the way, Damani Jones and me are going to have a versus rap battle coming up in June. We're going to see who got the most bars. I didn't know if y'all knew that or not, but well, he just found out too. So
I have a feeling that's gonna set a record for the least views of any versus. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
It should be
I feel like neither of you are really established in the rap.
You know who's gonna be watching? Me and him.
Yes. That's called Zoom, nigga.
Oh, shit.
All right, man. Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter, man. Black Pedro comedian Shang, you know what it is.
5. Let me tell you motherfuckers something, okay?
Yeah,
y'all still, before we jump into the show and he give you the rundown on the run up, what I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all that was not gonna happen? Huh? No matter what you think, this motherfucker's getting away with it. I told y'all.
We shall see.
He's getting away with it. He ain't gonna spend no time. And I know a lot of y'all like, and I want my money. I want my money because I told y'all if I'm wrong, $5 each for every one of y'all. But if y'all wrong, $5 each from every one of y'all. $5. I know you're surprised, but hey, I was right. Have you heard anything on the news about him having
AJ? Yeah, he's their court trials going on, man. Chill. You have no proof that he's gotten away with anything. It's not even done. All right, AJ Fitz says, smoke every day, no need in celebration for him. Just another day. But here's the thing, AJ Fitz. I'm not really an edible guy. So today's the day I'm going to go to the dispensary after this. I'm going to get some edibles, some fun time stuff. And also, when you go, I like the dispensaries on 420 because they always have like an elephant's ass load worth of weed for like $9 or some shit. You spend $4.20 and they give you 3 pounds of weed. So
see, he smokes flower.
Go for the deal.
I am an edible man because edibles hit me in a different way.
You just said you were an edible man. Nobody please eat Shang, okay?
Wow. Okay, that sounded okay. That's not what the fuck I meant. Okay, what I meant was
I was Joan of Arc in my former life.
I was wrong in my description. I am a person that likes to eat edibles because edibles make I like a head high, and because I don't like a body high. So on this day, this specific day, which is 4/20,
right?
Yes.
Let's get it in, y'all. All right, man. Let's get to the show. Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. It is Thursday, 4/20, 2023 in a time space continuum. If you got one, burn it, baby. That being said, we are going to end today's show with a Shangry for you. He says Fox News about to land a 787. Let's talk about it. We definitely want to hear Shang's opinion on that. Before we get into that, though, we got a Black Pedro pop in for you today. I'm just going to expand on my favorite holiday, y'all.
Expand on it. Okay.
Guess what it is?
I don't know what holiday. I have no idea. You lost me on. Wait a minute. Are you sure you know what holiday it is?
I'm pretty sure. Before we get into that, Granddaddy's a racist. The shooter of Ralph YARL, his grandson, is speaking out. It's quite interesting. Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, Savage AF, again, it's Thursday, 4/20, 2023. Burn them if you got them. Oh, man, when you hear this one, it's gonna make you ask this question on
it's a very pressing question that we bring to you to make you
and
know.
when you hear it, you're gonna ask on so many levels. You're gonna ask yourself.
You're gonna ask yourself.
Motherfucker, say what? Yeah. Motherfucker, say what? Say yeah.
Wow.
So in the past few days, we've seen some even more ridiculous shootings than the school, church, mall shooting, mass shooter, right? We've seen Ralph YARL, a young man who went to the wrong house mistakenly to pick up his siblings.
Yeah.
Knocked on the door or whatever and was shot in the head and arm by an 80-something-year-old white man who was simply just scared.
Well, by the way, when he's not doing that, he doubles as a living corpse.
Yes.
This motherfucker
looked like a vampire's grandfather and shit.
He definitely, but I mean, he might have shot him because he's mad at his own ugliness. But
we've seen a teenage or I'm not sure if she's teenage, sorry, but a very young, I think she's in her early 20s, a young white woman who was shot by a man because her and her friends pulled into the wrong driveway, and he shot at them while they were driving away because they realized they were in the wrong place and were turning around. And now we're hearing this story of a man who apparently was yelling at some kids because their basketball rolled onto his yard.
Hey, motherfuckers, get off my goddamn lawn. God damn it, motherfuckers. That was him. That was my impression of him. And then,
a child's father stepped in and was just like, hey, man, talk to me. You don't have to yell at my kid like that. Apparently, this dude goes back, gets a gun, and starts shooting up people. Shoots a man and his young daughter. Look, you can see on her left cheek there that he shot her in the face. She got grazed there, and her dad has internal injuries from his bullet wounds.
Right, but you know what?
Robert Singletary. So here's a key factor, though, and the reason why we bring it up, because I don't be out here naming these shooters like this, but this guy Robert Singletary is on the loose still.
Yeah, as he should be.
Run,
nigga, run! Run, nigga!
What are you saying?
I'm saying run. I'm saying run.
You saying you want to see him free?
I want to see. This is when it starts. This is when the banning starts and this flagging. If Vampire Hunter D gets off for whatever reason, and they put him back in the grave they dug his ass up from. All right, I am definitely not gonna look like that when I'm his age. I'm gonna keep it real.
No.
None of us.
He's like 85 or some shit.
Yeah, he had a rough life, and I understand that. But the bottom line is, do I want to see this? Run, nigga, run! No, I really do think that when you shoot at little white girls, you don't have a chance in hell of making it. He's going to end up shot by the cops easily. This man his hand will be held as he takes a poop.
I mean, for me, that's not even the point.
That is the point. That is the point.
No, I mean, first of all, the point
he shot
is
this young man who plays the tuba or whatever the fuck he played.
It's no worse than this nigga shooting up a playground full of kids. I mean, he was recklessly shooting into a crowd of kids and parents. Like, no. Listen.
Now, why did he shoot? He shot because the ball rolled into his yard. If you come to my yard, I'm shooting at you with your ball.
I don't think there's a fence involved. And obviously, what I'm saying, we've seen some ridiculous reasons for people to pull out their guns and shoot. And this black man who's out here shooting at children. I mean, it's no less egregious than a white man shooting at a black man just because he's scared of a black child. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Really? These are both horrible things to have happen.
I'm gonna tell you why. Let's get into the psychology of it. Okay. And then Pedro, you can dispute it, and anybody in the feed, you want to dispute it. You know what I'm saying? You want something, you want to test me, come test me now. All right. The psychology of a black man that's gone through all the oppressions of America and the racism and the mental terrorism that we deal with. I can understand when a black person snaps and does something egregious like this, as opposed to a white person snapped that is living in a society that is set up for them to win, even though they could be mediocre at best. You could end up being the fucking president of the United States, and you'd be a xenophobic, racist, fucking, anti-Semitic bitch. And you still could be the president. So I understand why this black man said, I'm sick of these kids on my goddamn lawn with the ball. And he could have went out and tackled them. He could have did that. He could have did that. But he decided not to. He started to pop off a few shots. How crazy is this nigga? I love him and hate him at the same time.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, okay. So yeah, she says, come on, Shane, that's not acceptable in any situation. Nope, we're not making excuses for bad or criminal behavior. I mean,
wow.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Maya, for being a voice of reason.
You know what?
Here's the thing. First of all,
when I see y'all, both of y'all, both of you gonna get. I'm gonna shoot. I got BB gun.
Okay. I think we've just seen why Shang has been disallowed access to legal firearms because
Wait a minute,
clearly
hold up.
all of these stories are about gun control first and foremost, right? None of these people, not Ralph YARL's shooter, not the girl who got killed, the guy who shot from his porch, and not this nigga right here. None of them had the right to have a gun.
But they had their balls in his room, in his yard.
Yeah, that's just not a reason to shoot people. Like,
okay, all right.
I'm not saying that I'm like an attorney in this shit, but clearly these are not reasons to pull out guns and
I agree.
and
Okay,
shoot at people. It's
no,
just
but
not.
you know what it shows you, Pedro, and everybody in the feed. Listen up, Treehead, Miss Pink, the Enigma, AJ Fit, Nicole H. I'm gonna tell y'all what this shows you is the gun culture. And the people are at the edge of their fucking rope. And by the way, you didn't have to bring up the fact that I couldn't get a gun. You could have kept that in your chest.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
You could have kept that. You could have kept that. But what I'm saying is, it's the gun culture and the fact we're having it back to back to back to back like we normally do. Every other week is a mass shooting or something like that. It's showing you that the access to guns is making it easier to pop off because there's no gun. They don't have them take a test if they should have a gun. They don't have them take a test that do they know how to proficient with a gun. So responsible. And this goes back to, honestly, if you look at the Democrats, even though the Democrats are a bunch of slack-jawed pussies, and I said to your face, you fucking, I'm turning into an independent progressive now because I'm sick of the Democrats always letting shit slide. The bottom line is the Democrats have tried to put some legislation forward to have some kind of restrictions pertaining to guns, to AR, what is it, ARs? Whereas in the Republicans, because they are all the way up to NRA's asshole living there, and they are the ones that have blocked a lot of fucking legislation to not get as easily accessible guns like I'm dealing with right now, and the $7,000 they want me to spend.
Nicole says, come to Texas, we can get you a gun. She also says he could have just shot the ball. Now, if that ain't some Texas thinking in general, first of all, around all them kids like that in a playground setting, no adult should be pulling out guns at all, right? Like it just, Maya says, come get these hands, by the way, Shang. So she's ready to go fisticuffs anyway.
Well, you know what? Hey, you feel froggish. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Leap. Yeah,
leap. That's what
if you feel froggish, leap. That's an old school saying. But so you don't think, okay, what I'm saying is it's the Republicans' fault ultimately, because if you look at all of the blocking that has been happening pertaining to gun legislation, it has been absolute. There's a false equivalency to say it's both.
Yeah.
It has been the Republicans. So when you got this nutty buddy nigga that decided that little white girls were on the menu to shoot at, this motherfucker right here, look, and even
now listen,
so
and I can't, I will not ignore him. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
He shouldn't have, okay, and also he had a criminal background, so you can get a gun anywhere go. I know that, but what I'm saying is, if it wasn't that climate of, well, they shooting, I'm shooting. Well, I got a gun, they got a gun. Well, let's go. Then we wouldn't have it as much. And you got to think they just passed a law in Texas where there's even more freedoms to have, weaponry that is basically for war, but weaponry for war. That the WFW. I'm seriously flat out. And then there's also, I think it was Milwaukee, Texas, I forget the other place. And somebody in the feed, you can correct me, but I know that they're loosening up on legislation. Florida wants to do that too, but we know Florida's filled with fuckery and foolishness. So, see?
Speaking of corrections, the mommyist says it's or is that Mama Mist? The Mama Mist side says it's froggy, niggas. Don't say froggish. If you're feeling froggy, leap.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for correcting us on old school animal fucking metaphors. Yes.
We got Nicole says the government won't do anything until it's one of their kids.
No, I don't even think they'll do it then, because you know what? There's too much money. If you look at the lobbyists, the NRA lobbyists, they got these motherfuckers on lock. And I mean on lock. So I don't think that nobody will step up, even if their own kid was shot, because the money's just too great. You got to think of how much money the NRA has pumped into the Republican Party. They just had a big party. They had basically juicing up all of the Republicans. Trump, the NRA, Trump spoke at it with his incoherent babbling bullshit. Marjorie Taylor Greene, they booed Mike Pence, which I think he should be booed. But I'm saying,
it just shows you how far left the party.
how far right.
I mean, sorry, right is what I want to say. Sorry.
No, the party's
exactly
right. The party's going. So what I'm saying is, there's too much money, and y'all can say whatever y'all want, and we will. In fact, I'll invite you motherfuckers in. You know what, you niggas? Let me tell you something.
Hey,
do you think that's it? Do you think that's it? It's too much money. It's just too much money.
Yeah, I mean, the gun lobby is just deep into the government's pocket. So
right. Yeah, but that's what I'm going to say.
Happening. So and all of this to say, I think it's a gun issue first, but I know that with this most recent incident, with this black man shooting up at a bunch of white people over basketball, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where I can't ignore the racial component as well. Right? I see that visually this ain't gonna help us get nowhere, and so there is that element. But first and foremost, this is a gun issue, because that's how all these cases are linked. You know what I mean? And I do think that
gun issue,
I do think,
right?
and the old white man who shot Ralph YARL, he's gonna get jail time. As long as he lives.
This kid looks like the nicest kid in the world too. That's just it's so bad. Whereas this little white girl looks like she's a problem. No, I'm kidding. She looks like
he is going to go.
She doesn't look like a problem. No.
All seriousness, just remember that the one who did shoot that little white girl, Robert Singletary, I think his name is. He is on the lam still. He is out there. So they say don't approach him. He's considered armed and dangerous. So
yeah, he's definitely armed and dangerous. If you shoot somebody over a basketball coming in your yard, you're gonna pop one off if you step to him. And Roger Stacker said if you start putting these motherfuckers in front of firing squads, this shit would stop, Republicans included. I disagree. I think that if anything, it'll make them coalesce to get together and use their guns against the government that says there's firing squads. But yet there's still lynching fucking laws on the books. It's like this is a black and white thing. Like you said, there's a racial element because it's okay for lynching laws. Well, are the people to talk about in Tennessee? Well, I mean, we should bring lynching back. But if we had firing squads, white people lose their shit, especially when it was them that they have to be on the end of the bullets instead of the person shooting the bullets. So I see what you're saying, Roger. But I think that it would make more shootings, and we would definitely have a civil war.
I think the irony of what Roger is saying is that there is this faction of like the ultra MAGA who have already called for firing squads. They wanted to hang Mike Pence. So you would actually be feeding into the violence that they already love and are preaching for.
But okay, Pedro is the one that I got hip. Okay, Pedro is the one that got me hip to Redstone Firearms, right? Because I didn't know about it, and we went up there, and I tried to purchase a gun.
We have some lovely carton here for you.
It was so funny. The nigga said, "Whoa, Shang," and he did like this. Hold on now. He put his hand out. Hold on now. Wait a minute. You want a gun? That ain't gonna happen. Fill this paperwork out. It was just real fucked up because I was like, man, I got money, nigga. Give me a gun. I'm thinking I could just, you give all these white crazy people guns and shoot shit up for no goddamn reason because they don't get no pussy. I need a gun too, shit. And Pedro's sitting there pursing his gun and looking at his gun, looking all happy and proud. And I'm sitting there like a sad sack one. So I got to fill out a bunch of paperwork and stuff. Okay. Oh, then they sent me a letter said I can't until I clear up some stuff from the past. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I still want a gun, though. I still want a gun.
But I mean, and we joke about it, but the reality is and you guys know I've talked about this a lot, that like when I've taken possession, but especially of my first, but any of my weapons, there is this weight and responsibility that I feel, you know what I mean? That
What do you mean?
That I have to be absolutely responsible for and about
That's so
where
much
this thing
bullshit, Pedro.
is, who has access to it, where if I ever had to shoot this shit outside of a range, and even at the range, like where is this bullet going? You know what I mean? Like, because if you don't hit your target, it's gonna hit something. You know what I mean? So like,
but he's pretty good. He is pretty good though.
There should be. I'm just saying all that to say this, like, there should be so much more weight on gun ownership in this country, and I don't mean the right to it, but I mean the responsibility of it, right? Like way more training,
mandatory,
more,
but
like people should not be able to take possession of any gun without taking a class that teaches them how to maintain the weapon, shoot properly, go through some of them video drills to see how trigger happy your monkey ass is. You know what I mean? What kind of reflexes you have.
The reason
you know what I mean? Like,
but I think it should be two-pronged. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think it should be, obviously you got to be proficient with the firearm and also know the weight of the firearm. But I also think that the mental, what they say is mental health, I really do think they need to check your mental more than they do just your proficiency. For instance, I'm proficient with a handgun. Now, he saw I could shoot with a handgun. Shotgun, a little bit, that kind of threw me a little bit. My shoulder, that shit was crazy. My shoulder went,
But if you're using buckshot, marksmanship isn't really,
put it this way. Everything in that area gonna get it. But what I'm saying is, I think the mental aspect of it, because if you look at, like, if they have a Facebook page where they say they hate niggas, like the dude in Milwaukee, they looked through his Facebook, all this stuff was anti-Jew and anti-black, and wanted to see the Jews. Remember the saying, the Jews will not replace, what was it? Jews will not replace us. From that he had that as his picture on his Facebook with the people with the tiki torches. So I think that those people, you got to have the mental, I think, has to be first before the proficiency, because I know a lot of proficient motherfuckers with guns that shouldn't have guns at all. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I don't know if it makes sense.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. No, I think we could combine what we're both talking about.
Right. Yeah, combine it.
And that would be a more complete, program. Maya says the training should be completed during mandatory waiting period before you get the gun in your hands. Sounds good to me. And honestly, Maya, I would push for, greater, more training, because some of these waiting period, 10 days, I don't know, maybe if there was like an intense dedicated daily course that you took.
Well, you take it because the weight of having a gun, even shooting a gun, people don't realize, like, because there was people dying where they were shooting in the air on July 4th, not like, they don't get that the bullets come down somewhere.
My back.
And this little girl, another little girl, which is crazy. The bullet came through the roof. They're at dinner. His daughter slumped over. The bullet hit. And it wasn't like she was targeted or anything. So the level of responsibility pertaining to have a gun is so heavy. But then when you give knuckleheads the guns of war, I call weapons of war. Yeah. That is that next level to me. Because those ARs shred you, I heard.
Yeah, our gun laws don't put a great responsibility on gun ownership. They just emphasize the right to it, you know what I mean, and make sure that everybody says. And speaking of which, Damani Jones says, I think every house should have a GAT. Ooh, see, that's where you and I, D Jones, would be disagreeing till the sun go down, man. Because like, this is what I'm saying is like, no, like I'm of the belief now that gun ownership should not be a right in America. Like, just like y'all all remember.
It's
Hold
the
on
Second
now.
Amendment, man.
We all remember growing up, teenagers, and they told all of us that what driving is not a right, it's a privilege. You know what I mean? And you have to be responsible behind the wheel, and the dangerous. And they show you the movies of how you could kill people with a car and all these things, right? How does that not apply to guns too? And if they take away people's right to drive all the time, somebody is losing their right to operate a motor vehicle legally right now. That needs to be done here. Like, I disagree, Damani. There are some people, some households that should not have guns. They have ill intentions towards people of color, women, immigrants, the government. You know what I mean? So I think there should be some, much more screening of people,
Well,
and we would find that a lot of these motherfuckers, like given the past week, and any mass shooter, there is no argument to say any mass shooter out there, anybody who's just gone out and killed innocent, unarmed people, there is no argument to say that, but they still had a right to have a gun. Obviously, these are obvious examples of individuals in our society who have no right to have a gun.
well, wait.
Like zero.
Wait.
Any shooter
but
they have zero right to it. They should. We couldn't pick up on it before, whatever.
so
But
Nadia,
obviously, what I'm saying
Nanda,
is, if it's going to keep happening, then there are already people in our society who either do have or are going to get guns who should not have them. So
right, because they're
there's no
mentally
way.
not there. But
Yeah,
the reason I understand what he's saying, if everybody had a gat, maybe people be a little bit more apprehensive to just pop off because they know they get popped back off at it. But but that's the mentality. No, I understand what he's saying. I don't agree with it. I understand it because that's what way the Republicans and the right wing think. If everybody had a gun, if the principal had a gun, there wouldn't have been a school shooting. If the responsible kid, if a responsible kid had a gun in the classroom, because that's the reason that I got threatened by the NRA, the regional director of the NRA, when I used to do this show called Monkey with a Brain Bitch, when I was up at Universal. The reason our numbers went up is because I had the regional director of the NRA for California on the show. He was saying that we need guns in every household, and every high school should have the principal, the teachers, and a responsible fucking student should all be armed. All I said was, number one, I checked in your background. I know that you work for Winchester. I know what Winchester makes. That's number one. And it's not cigarettes, bitch. And then number two, I said that, no, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard. He in turn said to me, well, maybe I could come to your house and show you how guns work. And then I was like, bitch, what makes you think I'm gonna let you get to your gun without giving you hands? Merry Christmas. And then he hangs up. Then our numbers jumped because they kept rerunning it on a loop.
No, because America loves violence.
Right. Then they ran it on a loop. And then I had Pedro on the show. I don't think we had it after that. They limited it because they got scared at the studio. And they were like, oh, we can't have stuff like that happening. But we do love those numbers. We do love the numbers. So
we'll use them to buy security.
Yeah, exactly. Get some security. But no, we used to roll up in there and nobody would, other than a little ID you had to have or on the list, you roll up in there. Well, you could roll up in there with an aircraft carrier gun. Nobody gives a shit. What did Maya say?
She says, extend the waiting period to accommodate completion of the background check, psychological clearance, and the gun safety training. Also make it so that your license expires and you test again. Like I said, so many similarities to our driving process that
I know,
are being ignored with guns.
The Republicans would actually lock arms and start and screaming before they let that happen because the NRA just bought their house in Cancun. I'm telling you, it's a money thing. So there's no way to fight against the NRA pretending to the stranglehold they got on the Republicans and some blue dog Democrats too, because there's some Democrats that are still down with that. If you look at Manchin and come on, help me, Pedro. Manchin, Sinema. if you look at some of the shit that they voted for pertaining to, restricting some, guns and, a national ban on ARAs, they were on the side of the Republicans.
Cinema's gone full independent at this point. What up, though, Anthony?
Yeah, she's an independent.
And Thurball's in the building, y'all.
Hey, what's up?
It's the Detroit football legend, sir. Oh, I see you. I salute
But
you.
no, what I'm saying is, there's no way to take now, Pedro, you could say that, we can have all of the different stuff, but until you take that huge amount of money that the NRA is allowed to give people, and
if you take that out of the equation,
maybe the Republicans might come to their fucking senses and realize maybe you just don't need an AR to go hunting for deer. Because the one dude said that he bought the gun. The dude that shot all the people in Vegas, the Vegas shooter, which I don't understand how they didn't see it when he had like 2 caches of fucking ammunition in 2 different hotel rooms. But they said that he initially bought the guns for hunting. These were fucking automatic weapons. What kind of deer, manium covered deer, are you hunting? That you need a gun like that?
Robo Bison, this nigga out
here. Yeah. I mean, the real motherfuckers that I seen that be out hunting, I personally don't. I'm not with it, but I'm saying they hunt with bow and arrows and crossbows.
Yeah, man. We know what it's about. We know that gun ownership in America really, really spiked during Reconstruction, and
also during Obama
after emancipation. No, but I'm talking about like historic, like the foundation, like after emancipation. White people got terrified that slaves were going to come and do all this shit to them that was happening. So they went and bought a whole bunch of guns, made it hard for Black people to get them. Blah blah blah. So the 2A at this point is some racial shit.
Wow, Nicole A. If they don't get a gun, they'll mow you down over with their car. I mean that's fucked up, but it's real. What happened to that lady where he hit her twice? He bumped her up in the air the first time, then backed up over her, and then hit a bunch of other people as he drove out. The white supremacists in Charlottesville. Was it Charlottesville? It was Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Yeah, the motherfucker. Yeah, I agree with you. There was a situation in Santa Monica here where a guy just started hitting people with a car, and he was also found to be a white nationalist, and also he was an auxiliary. I forget his name, a player of the Proud Boys.
Yeah,
and he killed a girl, and the husband was like crippled for life. So I know what you mean. Crazy people gonna do what crazy people do, but this motherfucker that shot this little girl, I'm obviously joking about it. I don't want to see no little girl shot, but the little girl that was shot, and I understand why she got a disgruntled look on her face, Pedro. She just was shot in the face.
She got a bullet hole in her fucking cheek.
In her cheek, yeah. But she was grazed by a bullet.
They asked her what she would ask the gunman or whatever, and she was just like, "Why'd you shoot my daddy?" And it was just like, "Oh my god."
And he looked like the type of motherfucker to shoot. Wait a minute, mama gonna come in? Like, you know what? Okay.
I looked up like, oh shit, there's somebody in the green room.
Hey, what's up? Hey. Okay, well, no, so we're gonna ask you real quick.
Mama missed.
Do you see what I'm saying? And Pedro's right. I think Pedro's right, but Pedro, do you think there's too much money?
I'm always right.
Well,
always the new segment.
that's the Pedro's always right.
There you go.
Now, do you think that it's too much money in this shit? The motherfuckers that got the loot is the ones gonna keep this shit going.
Yeah, when you said that, that's what made me like, you know what? Let me tap in, because they talk about all this rights to guns, but they don't want nobody have the rights to produce guns. So like Black people just started getting into producing alcohol, right?
Right.
How many owned rifle companies are there? Gun companies are there? I'm not talking about a gun club, or you can teach somebody to make or how to shoot it, but how many Black-owned
manufacturer,
other culture, ethnicity,
right?
are gun companies actually manufacture guns.
I can name two. I know about Redstone. That is not a gun manufacturer.
No.
But there's a Asian coalition, the Korean, that they make guns. Okay, they make guns, and they actually have a deal. They have a deal with as a again, I'm getting it wrong. Subsidiary. Yeah, that word, motherfucker. It's called Long something, and there's a gun company. It's a big corporate gun company.
So they're actually making guns, because there's a difference between like manufacturing guns and building guns. Like you can buy separate parts, you know what I mean, and put them together yourself and make a gun that way, as opposed to, you know, making 10,000, pistol grips and slides. And,
is there any black ones? Is there any brothers and sisters?
No, that's what she's saying.
Mama Miss, let me ask you this, okay? Do you? And I was joking, and I know people would probably get mad. And by the way, the people got mad. I don't give a fuck what you saying. Listen, do you think it was wrong what he did?
Because I know you're gonna make me choke. I already know. I know it's gonna be. Can I get a sip of water first? Let me sip the water first.
Okay, sip the water first. Yeah.
But before I say this shit, it's gonna be ridiculous.
It's okay. No, the Pedro's saying he don't want to see nobody shot. I, on the other hand,
yeah, we all should be saying that. It's not a remarkable thing to say.
No, well, it's a little bit remarkable because Pedro, you wanted to hit it.
This just in: Pedro hates murder.
Pedro, you wanted to hit somebody with your car. So I've had conversations.
Wanted to see your feelings. Fuck your feelings, though. Fact is, that would be vehicular homicide. So I didn't do it. You know what I mean? So I know. All right.
Does hitting someone with your car? I've been hit by a car before. I'm still here.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Would you owe money to the mob?
No, this is a long story. Hate mass sibling. So,
but okay, so do you think not like this? The brother, what is his name? Let me make sure I got his name right. It is Robert Louis Singletary. He was 24 years old. This is the brother right here. But for some reason, it seems like the press is jumping all over this, and I understand it. And just like they did with this dude, Vampire Hunter D, right here. Yeah. So do you think that
verbs?
Do you think that if black people a whole bunch of black people bought guns in droves, do you think it would change shit?
That's why they started. When the pandemic came. Like right before the pandemic came, black people started buying more guns, and black women had the highest increase in joining, joining.
My bad. Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong thing.
Okay,
doing some background work. Sorry.
So what were you say? Finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
That's why you are hearing more of a white people shifting, like, we need more better gun models. It is because black people have increased the amount of guns that they're getting. Because, actually, it was when Trump got in office, they seen the number increase because black people were
feeling threatened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, when I saw, I'm from Mama Mist, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and when I saw over the summer of 2020 a bunch of white people run up on the state capitol with long guns, screaming in the state troopers' face.
Oh yeah, when they were going to cut.
I don't live there. I don't live there anymore. But I was like, oh, I see what they're doing. So that's when I began my gun ownership journey. And but more importantly, I also train and take classes and things. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm all for people owning guns if they need to. We seem to have that kind of society, but like. We can't just be passing them out the way we are right now. It just doesn't make sense.
See, and I disagree because they wouldn't let me get a gun. So fuck that. They wouldn't let me get a gun.
And that shows that sometimes the system works. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
I feel safe, man.
So you ain't gonna give me extra cheese on that motherfucking Whopper, huh, bitch? Well, guess what? You're gonna find out today. Like, no, I'm not that great. Well, I ain't gonna listen.
I'm saying sometimes you slip up, like crazy is a very slippery slope. Like you could be sane. I came at 13. I was like, you know what? Everybody crazy, because when you see the quiet people snap, it just takes the right button to push, and right pushing all the buttons for regular people to snap the fuck off. You know,
I do agree with that. So speaking of people snapping the fuck off, and we're gonna go to this this old white guy who shot Ralph YARL. I'm gonna catch y'all on I'm gonna play this little video clip for y'all, and then catch y'all on the other side. This is that shooter, Dr. Vampire. This
guy.
This is his. Yeah, this guy. Eddie, racist Eddie Munster. This is his grandson talking to Don Lemon. Stick with me for a minute.
Your reaction when you heard that your grandfather shot Ralph YARL for ringing his doorbell?
I was disgusted. I thought it was terrible. Myself and my family stand with Ralph YARL and seeking justice. This is a horrible tragedy. It never should have happened.
Folks are going to want to know, why are you speaking out and apparently against your grandfather?
It's the right thing to do. This country happens over and over again where people get away with killing unarmed, innocent black people. And I would have had the same energy for any other case like I've had over and over again in this country, like I said. So it's the right thing to do. People need to speak out and not make any excuses for this kind of behavior and this violence.
So you said for killing innocent black people. The prosecutor in this case has suggested that there was a racial component to it. Do you believe your grandfather is racist?
I believe he holds racist tendencies and beliefs.
Why do you say that?
He's just a stock American Christian male. It's older, that's just how they are. It's the conspiracies and weird random racist things they say out sound, and it doesn't make sense, but they're just scared.
Now, listen,
wow.
It goes on a bit more after that. You can look up the clip yourself, but yeah, I appreciate him calling out how that is. I wonder, first of all, how his grandfather feels about his grandson looking like if Drake went to college. You know what I'm saying? Like that looked like dorm room Drake.
Yeah, dorm room Drake. So, dude, I'm going for philosophy and bars. But no,
you must have a black girlfriend.
You know what he's saying? You know what he's thinking? I'm gonna swallow your soul. I'm gonna swallow your soul. That motherfucker mad and shit.
Well, but no, I thought it was really interesting that his grandson is saying he used that phrase like he's just a kind of stock Christian white guy. You know what I mean? And to have it come from him, because I think this is something that we as a community have understood all along, that that when you get into these conservative white Christian spaces, and I use Christian because although I'm not religious, I can see that they're not living up to the tenets of their religion either. You know what I mean? So we see who they are. Like they become, all of the Christian conservative stuff just becomes cover talk for racists.
Racist. Oh yeah, white nationalists is basically white racists. If you look at, remember the joke I did about we love Jesus, love Christ, but this goddamn niggers, what are we gonna do with them?
What are we gonna do with them?
What are we gonna do with these niggers is what I'm trying to ask you. So okay, I want to ask you this real quick. Okay, now, mama. Okay. Do you think do you think the younger white people get it? Because it seemed like he was pretty clear about, well, he's just a standard old white dude. So do you think that old white people pretty much that's their skis?
For a lot of them, yeah. Come on, if you look at a white person who's 80 years old, like they live most of their life without having to deal with a black person that they couldn't boss around.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like those guys in Oklahoma that just got caught on tape. You know, they're like, oh man, this is back in the day. We just take them down in the mud creek, string them right on up, man. Just go, you know, we just go ahead, put them right on up, you know, but it ain't like that no more. They got more rights than us now. and that's the mentality. He literally said that. He's just like as if he was like, he's appalled, offended by our right to live now. And the fact that in some instances it's even being upheld. You know what I mean? He's like, man, I remember when you could just take a nigger, kick him in the chest, drive a hammer through his fucking head, pee in his skull, take a shit on his foot, use his tongue to wipe your ass, grow strawberries inside of his butthole.
Hey, Pedro, you went a little too far.
And then just go to church. Right. You know what I mean? A good Sunday morning. And they didn't take that away from us.
But
I'm like, what the fuck?
Mama, I'm going to keep it real, Mama Miss.
A black person for no reason.
I'm going to keep it real. Now, I can understand if I came to the door, because if I came to the door, but this motherfucker here, this dude.
That's a nice guy.
Look, I'm telling you, he looks like he definitely uses lotion on his elbows. I mean, he's
a nice guy.
He looks like if I just showed up, hey, I'm here to deliver your DoorDash, bitch. Then I understand Vampire D shooting at me. But this kid, this is the wild part. He shot him twice, Mama. He shot him twice. He shot him, I think, in the head first.
In the head, and then they said it would have gone to his chest, but apparently his arm was up. So so he caught the second bullet in the arm, but it would have hit his chest if his arm wasn't in that place.
It's like this. It's like this. The racial element is definitely there. His own fucking grandson said he's a racist. So you said,
I mean, we know what it is. You look at his age and you know, you do the math. I think I said that the other day. I can't remember if you were on the show or not, Shane, that day, but you know, it's like he would have been born in like anywhere from 1943 to like 39. You know what I mean? So like, by the time he's 25, he's dead set against Martin Luther King and all of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be one of those guys. Like, it's just a white guy of a certain age is gonna be one of those guys.
And I agree with his grandson. And by the way, his grandson's album's dropping.
He's Kenny.
You can tell he was that type of white dude from the dreads. When you see a white dude with dreads, he's either works at a cannabis
dispensary,
a cannabis concubine dispensary.
He's a grower.
Oh, he's a grower. Okay, that's Jeepers Creepers' cousin. Yeah, the motherfucker does look, but I mean, he's 80. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna look, but I haven't seen some black people at 80 look good.
Spirit, you look bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're a bad spirit, you end up looking bad. And also, I don't know if y'all look at this man on the real, like, he ain't even that light. And so what's happening is you got a lot of these Eastern European people, like even the white folks, like they have to go through their stages of niggerdom. You see what I'm saying? They got to go through their stages of colordom. And so this is a white man who's been a nigger in the white people world. You feel me? So he's on the lower end of white. So he
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Upper mobility. He's, you know what I'm saying? This is somebody who was a Slovak, a Vaka, you know, an Ottoman Empire person. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. It's just like those people that are in West Virginia, those hillbilly ass motherfuckers that can't hardly read up in West Virginia. They're on the lower level of whitedom. And, you know, there's the level of snow heathens. There's snow heathens here, and then there's snow heathens here. Yeah, snow heathens. That's it.
Milk crickets.
Milk crickets. I'm not. What? I didn't come up with. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't come up with that.
Somebody else in the feed came up with those.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Albino hyena.
All right, so listen, we're gonna move on to the next thing.
Okay.
Mama Miss, thank you for jumping on with us. Any of y'all, sometimes if y'all want to jump on, if you got an opinion, see, she had an opinion. We appreciate y'all. Okay, so yeah, definitely we're gonna move on to this next thing.
From being from Detroit, I'm from Gary, Indiana. So
you go.
Yeah, you know, first black mayors in the country and shit. And I lived in Michigan.
You know what it is.
And I lived in Pontiac.
Okay.
That was kind of racism because this side is Pontiac and that side of the street is Auburn Hills, Michigan.
Yep.
And I'm like, here you got a college graduate Black person in Pontiac and a 10th grade dropout in Waterford Hills, meth head, and he got a job.
Living better, yeah.
Yeah, so salute to you for surviving.
There you go. Same to you, Mama. Same to you. Definitely. Thank you for coming through. We appreciate
Thank you for coming on.
Stop yelling.
Later.
We'll see you.
Peace. All right, so listen.
So yeah, man. So yeah, that was a fun little pop in there. Speaking of pop-ins, we're gonna keep it moving, and as we do, we're gonna do a little something like I just gotta find a video.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Whoa, yeah, bo, bam.
Hey, where my lighter at? Shit, oh, here we go. It's your boy Black Pedro with another pop-in to let you know what's poppin'. Welcome to my world, 420, the greatest holiday of all time. Sorry, Shang, I didn't mean to bastardize your island name.
You just did,
but
though.
anyways, man, I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Savage AF, man. This is your boy Black Pedro. If you know anything about me, I do enjoy the Ganja leaf. I'm a sativa guy. You can send that to my P.O. box if you got some extra. But
by the way, that's Pedro's nightlight. I don't know if y'all can see that.
And my inner light as well. But yeah, today is April 20th, 420 as it's known. But as the legend has it, I believe a group of friends somewhere had a thing where they would meet up after school at 420 every day and light one up before they went out and did some other shit or some shit. And I don't even know how the shit caught on, but now, as far as I understand globally, 420 has become this, the celebratory moment for weed smokers universally.
Well,
on this day, we celebrate the most and get extreme discounts at local dispensaries if you live in such a cool place.
I'm gonna let y'all know who started 420. It was Morgan Freeman.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
The wizard of weed. No, but just want to wish everybody out there a happy 420 real quick, man. I'll be celebrating and
in fact, today. Pedro, this is Pedro by the afternoon. This is he's gonna be gone. I'm not. I don't partake like he partakes. He's a partaker. He takes partaking the shit out of it.
Full-time partaker.
He's a partaker of all partakingness. He really does partake the shit out of it.
In particular.
But I want to say that the fact that this is now worldwide, I didn't know it was worldwide. That's some shit that I did not know. 420 time.
At this point. Yeah, man.
For peanut butter weed time. But the bottom line is, I remember Morgan Freeman told me I smoked my first bong when I was sitting there in the prison.
I said, Andy, roll another one.
Andy, this is
Andy
best.
Did.
And this is the best weed I've ever had. Ooh, weed.
And no tree head, that was not some Trini talk. All right. That was me being purposely hyperbolically bad Jamaican accent.
Right.
Okay? Like in Americanized, like, how they talk, man, like, hey man.
No, what. But honestly,
right, man,
this is party time for a lot of people. That's Snoop in the corner. It was too big of a file. But
Snoop's upside here.
But let me ask you something. So, wow, you really are getting baked. When's the first time, before we move on, when's the first time you smoked weed? How old were you?
It's actually an amazing story. I didn't get high, but
I'm asking you.
I was a freshman in college, and the Roots came to my campus that night. They were doing a show at this club, at one of them. They call eating clubs, and yeah, Basically a group of us went there. We ended up, long story short, chilling in their green room with them. One of the rooms upstairs in the house they were performing in. And a blunt started going around, and I was just like, well, nigga, if you ever gonna start smoking weed, it'd be cool to do it with the roots. But I was basically like,
so you didn't know what you
I didn't know what to do. So I didn't get high. And then we watched the Roots perform, and now they're the Tonight Show band, which is crazy.
Wow. So that's the first time you didn't get high, but you smoked.
That's the first time I smoked weed, and then the first time I got high, it was a full moon, and I was just staring at the sky, and I could see the curvature of the earth, and I was like, yeah.
Okay. Well, I just was.
Cool.
Well, you know what? I've smoked weed maybe 3 times. Once with Pedro, we were at a Mercedes Benz party, whatever.
Oh yeah, that thing downtown. Yeah.
And it didn't really. It's never really hit me. I mean, it hits me because I have baby blood coursing through my vein. But because just like if I drink one drink, it's like I feel sick. I want to sit down. But my son introduced me to edibles, and I was like, well, this is not that bad. And then about 35, 40 minutes later, I'm sitting there with Andy. And
I said, Andy,
we're never getting out of here. But if we do, we might as well get high. No, I haven't gravitated to it yet. I probably will as I get older. And by the way, I see y'all comments. AJ Fit, first off, I am not 76. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? And you know what? And I remember the one time I was kicking it with your grandmother, AJ Fit. Wow. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you right now.
He's climbing the family tree, AJ.
AJ, I'm just saying, your grandmother, not only could she bake a pie, she could suck a mean.
This nigga said bake a pie. Oh my God.
You go there, man. Hey.
Hit him with the home economics. No, I know what you do, man.
All right, see.
I know what you do.
But bottom line is, man, it's a smoke day. So you brought smoke, so I'm bringing smoke. So everybody want to call me old man. Old man, look at my. And then Nicole H said I'm 80. I was in World War II. All right, yeah. Okay. And then Treehead is saying this is for you. I'm making my dinner medicated tonight. Savage AF, check this out before we get up out of here. You need to subscribe to the channel. I don't know why you think you couldn't subscribe to the channel. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. You know what you got to do with your life. Now, once you click on the goddamn bell, you feel better about you. You know what? Fuck it. Here. Goddamn bell. And Pedro gonna be. Yeah. So also make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Also,
hit him with it.
Follow us on Instagram at Black Pedro. Boom, Black Pedro. Yeah, and also follow at Comedian Shang if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you like the channel, please share the channel. Make our numbers go up, and it helps us and it helps you. You feel better, I feel better. By the way, everybody, you still do owe me $5,000 each because this Trump is still not in jail.
Oh man, this one gets me, bro.
And talking shit. Still talking shit.
Those are the things. Those things will fuck with you when you're high too.
Yeah. So my Shangry for today is I was elated about it, and I know you probably talked about it yesterday, but I'm elated.
You don't say elated.
I said the word elated, and I feel good about it. My Shangry today is that the fact that Fox gonna have to land his 787. Hey, listen. By the way, I don't know if y'all heard, but I'm gonna let y'all know for the people that didn't hear. Fox News or fake ass news. Fake ass news. That's they eyes rolling, spinning. Right now has settled. This is how much they settled. They have settled with Dominion for $787 million. Fox has, and this is only the first.
0.5.
0.5. Oh shit, 0.5. They have to pay. This is how big the lies have consequences, and apparently at the tune of 787. When the lawyers came out, it was a feeding frenzy of the news. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was like, yo, Fox got to get up off that money. This woman said that they ain't gonna be able to pay it all, so she's gonna be sucking dick for Fox for the next 5 years. Yeah, I was gonna say her name, but I don't like giving her. Look, she's gonna be gobbling that balls. And Fox News is very upset about it because Fox News is worth $4 billion. But when you got to pay 787, your shit go down. I'm just keeping it real. That's a hit in the head for your ass there. Now I would have liked to seen the trial.
Fox is only worth $4 billion. Sorry to know.
They're only worth $4 billion. They're only worth
Really?
$4 billion. So Fox money is taking a hit. I don't know if you knew that or not. And right now, I got some footage of Fox trying to figure out how they're gonna pay this shit. I don't know if y'all seen it. This is Fox. The Fox executives are right now counting up this money they got to pay. Okay, so I wanted to see what people thought about it. I personally think I wish it would have went to trial. So it could have been 6 weeks of them showing how much of full of shit Fox News is, but instead, Fox settled to avoid looking like the fucking giant insurrectionist lying motherfuckers they are. They're not a news station. So I don't think they should be invited to the White House as a news station. I don't think they should be invited to any interviews as a news station. They should be able to change their name to Fake Ass Entertainment for the Right Wing. And what the acronym for that one, Pedro? What's the acronym?
You said what?
Fake Ass Entertainment for Right Wing. Fartar.
It's almost fair.
Fartar. But yeah, Fartar. But the bottom line is what's happening right now. By the way, did you see the footage from here? It is. This is them trying to figure out.
Trying to get the money together.
Trying to get the money together.
By the way, though, I 787.5. But because I was saying the other day that this is actually just a drop in the bucket for Fox because they make over $1 billion a year. No, man, I'm seeing just on the search I did their value anywhere from 16 to like almost 23 billion. Which that's why I asked because
I saw it on the news.
Nah, I think maybe you misheard something because there's no way Fox News is only worth $4 billion. That's as ridiculous as a statement as that sounds. If I showed you my bank account, like only $4 billion, but I mean, like Fox News is worth way more than that.
Well, but it's 787 million when Dominion's not even worth that. They came up number one.
Now I asked this to myself in the audience last time I was or a couple days ago. I was wondering if Rupert Murdoch might be looking at this 787 as an investment in their ultimate right-wing fascist goals, which is to flip America with this rhetoric, and for them to be the state media to do it, because ultimately, Fox News, none of the talking heads, none of the anchors have to admit publicly that they lied, but the seed has been planted, the lies have been told, and that base is always going to believe that. Yeah, so
they're going to always believe it, but that's 787.
So I'm like, is Rupert Murdoch maybe hedging his bet to be willing to spend that much money just to have the influence over that base?
Yes, I think that I would have liked to see them be dragged for 6, because Dominion knew they had them dead to rights. dragged through the media for 6 weeks, I would have appreciated that more. But right now, this is a fucking absolute about Fox is guilty, and they know that. And even in their press release, they said, yeah, we said a few things that were fucking wrong about the Dominion. Okay, there were a couple lies. Hey, Joey, get the money. Fuck that. Get the money. Let's pay these bitches. We got a building stacked full of money. Now, I'm just saying they said 4 million. The bottom line, I'm teaching my students how to analyze the real from the fake news. But right now,
Joe says, welcome. Yes. Good luck with that. I hope you better not be in Florida because that ain't gonna happen.
So I want you everybody to know I'm still happy about the fact they got hit over the head for 787, but I still wish that they would have been hit. Now they might have made less money in maybe 100 million. 100 million. They would have got 100 million, but I would have want 6 weeks of watching them get Rupert Murdoch getting fucking interviewed, and Sean fucking O'Malley, Hannity, and all of them.
You just picked the most Irish thing you could think.
and what's the other lady's name? Cunty, whatever her fucking name is. All of them. I would have liked to see them get their ass dragged and just sitting there going.
Now this is just the tip of an iceberg. Where you also have this other company, Smartmatic. Which was they're the software company behind.
Right, they about to get them too.
Behind some of this voting technology, and their lawsuit. So, what was it? Dominion wanted 1.6 billion, got 787 million. Smartmatic wants 2.6 billion.
Yeah.
And they know they're going to get a settlement now because it's already been proven that Fox News is not willing to allow their, to have their, anchors and their stars.
Well, if you look at
in court having to testify under oath, they can't do that.
I take it as a lose-win. We lose the fact that we can't drag these motherfuckers through the mud pertaining to their lies, because it was absolute lies that have now infected these backward trailer park envy booger bitches' minds to believe that Biden's not president, Trump is secretly president, and he's running the government. So, yeah, but at the same time, it's a win because if the Democrats are smart, they take that 787 and plaster it all over the fucking, when the election comes up, to say, you are down with these liars that had to pay out 787. Same thing with Trump. The motherfucker lost when it came to Trump University. He had to pay out $25 million, and they still think he's a truth sayer. Keep putting that in the media. Put that in the media. 787. Say 787 in the media.
But here's the trick out with Fox News though. Their viewers who only watch them probably aren't even aware of this.
Right. It was I was watching it. That's why I said it was 4 billion. That's what they said. It was 4-point-something billion that they're worth. That's what I'm just telling you. Liquid or whatever the fuck it is. That's what they said. It was 4 billion. I didn't pull out my ass, but I'm saying right now, it was on their
net
page.
Income. Oh, go ahead.
On their page. No, tell us. On their page, the shit was on page 19. So yeah, they ain't gonna put that out front.
No, I got you. Yeah. But either way, man, yeah, they're gonna pay out more money before.
Yeah, they're gonna pay out before. It's gonna hit $1 billion before they're done.
Nicole just wants her money, Shang. So
Nicole, when I see you in these streets,
she's calling you the Rupert Murdoch of Savage AF.
Wow. But Tamiko says it says it's literally an intellectual comedy show. Well, we're not that. Well, one of us is intellectual, and the other one is on the show.
Comedy.
Yeah. No, I just.
And some days we switch roles. So
no, but I want to let y'all know something. We appreciate y'all checking the show out. Number one, number two, we're gonna talk some more shit this week. Yeah. Well, this is broke now. All right, that's cool.
All right.
Maybe I shouldn't bang it around like that.
Yeah, that was your Shangry. So
that was my Shangry. So, I want y'all to check us out live. This is the thing. we appreciate you checking the show out. But if I'm in your town, or if you're in LA, or we're doing shows anywhere, please check out Pedro. Did you get the flyer? Are you going to be for the flyer? Did you post the flyer out?
No, well, I put it up on my Instagram, so go to my IG, y'all. But if you're in LA tomorrow, I'll be at the 3 Clubs, 8:00 show. It's gonna be fun, great lineup. Yeah. So, and today is the last day to get tickets online. So I got my ticket link in the bio and all of that, man. So
go to
if
Instagram.
you're in LA, it's in the heart of Hollywood, Vine and Santa Monica, just right there for you. 3 Clubs.
So make sure you check out Pedro live at the 3 Clubs. Gonna be, and also that's gonna be the same location where we're gonna be doing, or he's gonna be doing his comedy special, and we're gonna be inviting people out for you to check out Pedro's comedy special.
May 25th.
May 25th. So we're gonna start promoting that. Also, if you're in Tacoma, Washington area, I'm gonna be in Tacoma, Washington at Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club. May 5th through the 7th. Make sure you check it out. If you get a chance, come check me out. Get your tickets now. Go to Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club to get your tickets today. And also, right the next weekend after that, I'll be in Atlanta at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. May 11th through the 13th. So I'll be advertising for that in the interim. Tell all your friends about the shows when we're live. Go to the website, iamshang.com, if you want to get tickets. That's how you do that shit. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If everything works out and I don't have some other fucking weird shit come out of the blue and hit me. Now, there's something that you got to remember before we get off the show, and Pedro's going to tell you what it is, and it's very important because it makes you have very, very clean fingers if you don't do this. Tell him.
Well, first of all, I'll start out by saying stay black if you are.
1.
You know. Don't be black if you're not.
2.
Stay you. And then most importantly, all pandemics aside, keep your fingers out your nose.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, and if you're gonna do
you
it,
could get here, you could go here,
but you
don't
can't.
go here,
Keep it in the privacy of your own domicile. All right, we out of here. We'll see. Get it. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah!